let's see if it starts working. Hopefully someone can verify. Okay, looks like the live stream is working, which is great. Excellent. All right. Wait.
Hello, how do you like? Oh,
Okay, so there's just the three of us right now. Wait, yeah, 1, 2, 3. So let's just go ahead and get started as a single buddy team, and then if someone else shows up, if we want to, we can break up into 2 groups. But yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and check in and get our positions going on. But Gino, Jay, and
Hi.
okay.
ah,
Oh, we have
Have
Zilu now too. All right. So do we want to
Yeah.
split up into 2 groups, or do you want to stay together? Because we're on our policies. We're supposed to break up into buddy teams at the beginning of the life support. Does anyone have any preference? I would go for splitting up, so I would vote for split up. Did anyone get on the Zoom call at all, or?
I'm trying. It's found. The link for the Zoom is found in the website, right?
That's one place for it, yeah. I think they would come here though, so I'm not super worried about it.
Okay. Launching Zoom. I'll see if I can join.
I'm trying to get onto it as well, so it's not a big deal. All right, so is there anyone against splitting up into our 2 buddy teams? Let's do 2 buddy teams. Do you guys all know how to get? Why don't me and what's this, the new one, so we can do random? How about me and Zilu jump onto the 11th hangout?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to 11. Or
Yes, 11th hangout, and then we'll just go. Oh, it says someone is on Zoom. Was that you, Gino?
Yes.
Perfect. Is no one else on there?
No one. It's just me, one participant.
Perfect. Okay, so just to remind us, when we get into our buddy teams, we're gonna go through our quick check-ins, how each of us are doing, rankings, desired outcomes, and what you want to get out of the session, and priorities and goals. And usually we focus on personnel support here, but you can focus on whatever you want for your own needs, basic life needs, etc. And then after that, we're going to come back together as a group, and we're going to present a summary of each buddy team, and go through our priority, make an agenda, and then start our group notes. Okay, so you can do can make 2 buddy team notes. All right, so me and Zilu are going to jump over to the 11th hangout.
Okay.
And then ideally, if you and Gino can record or even broadcast, that would be great. But at least record. Otherwise, we'll just do policy tracking. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
hello.
Cool, you made it. All right. So let's just make our own buddy team here. And we want to start with our Zilu and Jay. So let's go ahead and start with our notes. We're both going to help with notes, timekeeping, storytelling, can do policy
I'm
keeping.
putting a note so that I can do it review.
Cool. So we're gonna go, I guess the desired outcomes technically should be below here. So we're supposed to go through the priorities and then the desired outcomes happen afterwards for the next. Oh no, what happened? Okay, I think we're okay. All right, so I'll start checking in. I am a 3, so I'm still hanging in there and doing pretty well. It's been a crazy last week, primarily because of the series session. It's been a lot. So that has been pretty busy and significant, but it's been good overall, so I'm happy about that. I've been working on a lot, including the recruitment. I've been working on all of our, some of finances, taxes, as well as working on the Canopy training and also a little stage 6, and overall things are going the right direction. So I'm a little worried about the budget, but not super worried. I'm more worried still about getting the work done, but we're all working on that together, so check. Zila, you want to check in?
Yeah, sure. I'm at 3 now, and I was going over the stage 5 and now on stage 6. Hopefully, today I can do it. I didn't acknowledge that this was the live support session. I just get message on Telegram that it's a live support session for the moment. So hopefully I will be helping here for some personal support as well. I will consider as main session. I can verify myself for stage 6 as well, and the level 2 for stage 5.
Right, so your sound quality is definitely not very good. I'm not sure why there's so much static, but it's difficult to hear you. I think I got most of it, but I'm not sure if you could try to work on improving your sound quality. But
Just give me a minute and I'm trying to fix it. No, can you hear me clearly now?
yes, I can hear you. Perfect. Great. Can you check in again?
Yes, sure. To take the note first on the checking section. I am at 3 today and having some pain in my hand. I was going over stage 5 and stage 6. 5 remains levels and get verified. Responsibility 8 and 9. And for stage 6, maybe I can verify myself as it's a main session, hopefully. But I didn't acknowledge that this was a live support session. I just get message from Gino into the Jello team that it's a live support. I think it is a main session, but it's not. But I think I can help with personal support as well for a while.
Yeah, if you want to get involved in
That's it.
JLN support, you can do that. You're welcome to do that. Cool. Awesome. Well, that sounds good. So let's go over our rankings. So that's simple. So that would be myself and then Zilu. Desired outcomes, questions, issues, ideas, priorities, goals, responsibilities, personnel support. So what are our desired outcomes and or topics? that we want to bring up?
So we can't focus on other than the personal support, right, for this session?
Well,
Of
no,
course.
you can focus on anything. This is life support, so you can you basically can bring up anything that you want to. Obviously, doing personnel support is pretty important, just because everyone needs to be in the budget, needs to be doing work, needs to be doing doing client work. Otherwise, you're gonna be difficult because we'll have to fire people and things like that. I mean, this is our chance to get organized, right? So, but anyways, that doesn't have to be the only thing you bring up, and you don't even have to bring that up at all. So you can certainly bring up other life issues, basic life needs, getting support, advances, whatever you need for your own personal and or organizational. If you want to start a business, I mean, it could be anything.
Okay.
So I'll start. So one thing that's important for me is the basic life necessities matrix and questionnaire. So I want to get that done. Once that's done, the life support program will be more or less ready to go public. We're already basically going public, but in terms of being able to deal with large numbers of people, like let's say 10, 20 or more people came, having the BLN matrix would be important for coordinating all of that.
And can we do verification for stage 6?
Stage 6? What do you mean?
Stage 6.
I guess I'm confused on what you mean by stage 6.
The gelatin stage 6 for the recruitment process.
Well, what do you mean by verification?
Verification is the responsibility number 10.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're still in stage 5. So I feel for me, it's like you haven't even done your verification for stage 5 yet, have you?
No, we need there the levels.
And the verification. The levels comes before the verification.
Okay. So let's skip that and focus on the personal support only.
So you want to do stage 5? You want to focus on stage 5?
Yes, we can. Stage 5. We can do.
All right, cool. And ideally, it sounds like you want to go through badges, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Badges and levels.
Excellent. All right. So I mean, I think that's pretty much
8:15.
it. Are there anything else that you can think of?
No, my canopy schedules are good now, so we can do from later. So let's do these first, and then we can focus. If we have time, we can move for others.
All right. So I think we're ready to go back to the main group. So let me go ahead and tell them that we're heading back to the main group. So we are heading back to the main group. All right. All right, so I'll see you back at the main group, okay?
Hello, Abhinav.
Topics. Hello.
Hi, Tematope.
All
Hello,
right,
Hi,
Gino.
Tomato.
we're done with our group session, our buddy team. So
That was quick.
did you guys discuss your topics and desired outcomes and goals, or?
We were still on the desired outcome and our topics. Gino, anything else, Gino?
For me, I think none for now. How about you?
I just have scheduling and recruitment.
Okay.
Okay.
So did you guys write down all of those priorities?
Yes.
All right, cool. So let's Temetope, were you part of the buddy team Albina and Gino, or did you come later?
He just
I
arrived.
came later. I
Okay.
just joined.
All right, so let's start with check-ins from I'm still so confused. So you guys seem to be putting your check-ins are not in the right place, right? So I think we need to improve your buddy teams go here at the top for the buddy teams. So your buddy team is Gino and Albina, and that's where your check-in should go, right? And
Oh, yeah.
this
Okay.
this is for the notes for the group session, so this would be the buddy team check-ins. Right?
I'm just going to go
Group
the
session.
top.
All right, so anyways, we need to improve upon this. Like, there's a responsibility here to improve, or no, update the support team template agenda. Does anyone want to help with that? Because I think it's the second or third time that I've mentioned it, and we're still not doing that. Can anyone step up to update the support team template agenda? This is part of the life support program.
Okay,
I'll
one-
do this.
What?
I'll do this one.
Okay, so this
Okay.
is gonna be Gino. All right, so Gino, for that it's pretty simple. All you have to do is just, like, for example, I changed it for notes for a group session and buddy team check-ins. That's all you have to do is just update the template notes so that it is clear that the buddy teams go up here. I also moved the desired outcomes and I also added topics. So desired outcomes and topics happen below. All right, so can you do that?
Okay.
And then check in with me and prioritize it so we can go over it together and keep improving so that's functional. All right, so we're gonna do quick buddy team check-ins, but before we do that, since Tempe and Tope did not get a chance to check in, let's do Tempe and Tope real quick. So Tempe and Tope, you're going to let us know how you're doing, what you've been working on, and then also if you have any desired outcomes or topics.
Okay, so feeling like a 5. I've been working on supporting new recruits and getting my trainings done, getting organized. I really don't have any desired outcome for tonight's session. Check.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so let's go to Albina and Gino. You guys want to start, or should me and Zilu start? And also, who is helping Hanal? Is anyone helping Hanal? Hanal, I mean.
You?
Can someone please
Helping
help?
what?
Can someone please help Hanal
Okay.
get on the Hangout? She's trying to get on the Hangout.
I will do that. I'm going.
Okay.
Thank you, Gino.
Hold on.
All right, so
Okay.
okay, so while Gino's doing that, why don't me and Zilu start our check-in?
Okay.
So buddy team, Zilu, and Jay. So Zilu, you wanna go?
Okay.
Zilu, are you there? Zilu, can you hear us, or are you on mute, or what's going on?
I'm trying to fix my microphone here.
All right, I can hear you now.
Wait a minute, please.
Yeah, you're good. Hanel.
But I can hear barely.
You can't hear us?
Hello,
Zilu?
can you hear me?
We can hear
Yes,
you.
we can. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna check in for me and Zilu. So, when me and Zilu broke up into our buddy team, we both were doing okay. There's been a lot of recruitment. Zilu's been going through a lot of his stage 5 and wants to prioritize the badges for stage 5. And then also, I've been working a lot on myself on all the recruitment as well, and helping with the canopy recruitment and the deputy recruitments and all. So things have been going pretty well. But it's still been very crazy with everything on top of the series session, and it's just been a lot. I think overall things are going well. The other priority was the basic life necessities matrix and getting more work on that. I think Rassi volunteered to work on that. I'm not totally sure, but anyways, we'll just note that here. So we have stage 5 and basic life needs matrix. Those are the 2 things that I'm adding to our goals. Check. All right. Let's go to buddy team Albina and Gino, and then afterwards we'll let Hanel check in. So Albina, Gino.
Hello, hopefully you can hear me now.
Yeah.
Yes, we
hear
can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So what I was doing, I was going to check in for our buddy team. Me and Jay was on looking for the metrics, necessities for the metrics necessities, and we are also looking for the badges for Jalutin Stage 5.
All right. So Albina and Gino, you guys want to go next?
Our buddy team, Albina, we discussed about how to complete the recruitment round, having scheduling work sessions to work on the recruitment, and also, scheduling based on his personal life, because he says he has school life, so he need to check on his scheduling basing on the personal life he has. He also wants to change the payment method from PayPal to Bitcoin. For me also, I have to check on my scheduling this week so that I'm balancing between recruitment, supporting the new recruits onboarding, and also on canopy checking. Yeah, those are the 2 things we discussed: scheduling and recruitment work.
Great. All right. So Hanel, do you want to do a quick check-in, and then
A quick checking off.
so you're gonna say how you're doing, what you've been working on, and any topics or desired outcomes you have for the session.
Well, actually, I'm going through all the documentation of the stages that I've been working on in stage 5 and stage 6, and just finished the video, the hyper training, and well, that's it.
And is there any particular topics, goals, questions, anything that you want to bring up or prioritize?
Not really.
Okay. All right. So it looks like we've got plenty. So we're gonna move on to the personnel support section. So typically, for us, we do personnel support, but in no way are we limited to personnel support. We can expand beyond that, because during this, with life support, basic life needs support, making sure your personal needs are met as well as your personnel needs, and from there your life goals, like whatever you're interested in doing, we want to help with that. So right now what we have is we have the basic life needs matrix, stage 5, and badges. recruitment round and payment methods possibly coming up as well. So are there any other goals, responsibilities, anything else that we want to address, or any other ideas or anything?
I don't have any at the moment.
Okay, that's fine. So the agenda in this context is is ourselves, right? We are the agenda. So unlike every other meeting that we do and all the other sessions, where we have the topics, the focus for our life support support team agenda is the names of the people, right? So each person is the actual focus. So, you know, Hanel and Temetope said you didn't have anything to bring up. So let's put you guys near the bottom of the list. Let's put me near the bottom as well. So that would bring up, I don't know, either Gino, Albina, Zilu, and then myself. So that's it. That's the proposal I would put forward for our agenda topics, right? So the topics again are ourselves. And then once we go through each person, we are just gonna discuss what each person wants to focus on. So typically we would do, I don't know, 5 to 15 minutes per person. If we run out of time, then at the next, this would be the full moon, we would, you know, continue with the next person, like prioritize who didn't get to just have time last time. So does everyone understand the idea of the life support and the focus and how it works? Or are there any questions about just the agenda?
Not on my side.
And let's start with maybe a quick intro on what is life support. So we could do that for like 5 minutes. And then we go into Gino. Are there any objections on the order and the agenda itself? We're probably not going to get to the people at the end, but I think this is a pretty good start from what I heard from the introductions. Are there any objections to our agenda and order? All right.
No.
No.
All right, so let's get started. So as far as, is anyone taking notes?
Yes, I will.
Yeah, I'm at the very bottom of the notes here. So
Okay.
as far as life support, what it is, a couple people, I think Temetope, Hanel, were at our organizational support session this afternoon, which is basically the same thing as life support, except instead of focusing more on individuals and, you know, workers, personnel support, we focus mainly on organizations. So most of the people who came today for the organizational support session were people working on their own organizations, their own businesses, visions, goals, you know, wanting to help people across the world. And that's part of our public side of the whole network, is we want to support people. And that's really the foundational, like the life support program is one of our foundations. So what you'll find when you're talking about organizations and businesses is most people are creating organizations and businesses because they both need income for themselves, they want to help people, but there's a complete intermingling between your personal needs and your needs of the organization and the needs of, you know, the community. So from my many decades of working, I've found that the best way to achieve the goals of an organization and the best way to achieve the goals of the entire community, and in this context the whole world, is to focus on individuals. So when we focus on individuals, for example, Gino, the better we can support and help Gino as a team, the better for Gino, but also the better for us, right? So if Gino is able to have stability, balance, you know, support in his own life, both on a personal level, health, wellness, basic life needs, finances, as well as your involvement with the organization and being organized, you know, and your personnel and your involvement with the organization all being organized. And if you had other bigger dreams, like wanting to start a business or starting a program or you know, network, anything that you wanted to do, this is your time to bring that up in terms of your life goals, your dreams, your hopes, and what you would want to collaborate with on in this space. So this is really a space for anyone to bring up anything, and it could be as simple as, I just want to talk about my pay rate, and oh, I might need a advance, or I might need a new main buddy team, what should I do? So you can talk about just simple things like that, but you can also get into more personal and or you know, visionary goals, organizational goals, whatever. So any questions on what life support is and what we can talk about here? And it's fine if we just keep it simple and we just keep it on personnel support. That's usually what we do. But as we get more public and more people get involved, we will see how people utilize life support in much more than just individual or personnel worker ways. So if there's no questions, let's just go to Gino would be our first topic. And Gino, you would have like 5 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
So whoever's timekeeper can check in, every 10 minutes, just check in and make sure we are letting Gino know around.
I started the timer already.
Cool.
So I just for me, like, I wanted to change my payments method because for PayPal, I didn't realize that their transfer fee is not static. It's like dynamic. Basically, depends on how big you get in PayPal. Like previously, it was like $5, which was okay. Then like the next following month of like where I got the payroll it became like $13.5. So like the fee increases as well as how much was given in PayPal. So like I just wanted to have like what Pressi's having as well, something similar to what Pressi's payroll, how Pressi gets her payroll. I mean.
Cool. All right. So the first thing is the policy. The policy is twofold. One, you can choose whatever payment method you want to, and two, in relationship to fees, we will cover any and all fees. So if you document the fee that you had to cover, like $13 to $5, we actually will add, $18.50 to your next payroll, and then we will pay you back for that. So we're willing to cover all fees. Also for people in Upwork or Workana, right? We will cover all the fees that they charge. Sometimes Upwork will charge 20% fees, right? So if you don't need that, you don't have to take it. But it's under our policies that our agreement with each worker is to make sure that the end pay after all fees, after exchange fees from US dollars to whatever. So you might find with Bitcoin, once you get your Bitcoin set up, getting your Bitcoin's cheap, but then turning the Bitcoin into Filipino pesos might be expensive in your situation. Either way, we will pay and cover those fees for you if you want us to. There is a little bit of additional work adding the fees to the payroll, especially in relationship to the exchange fees, where you have to calculate the exchange rate between the different currencies. But if someone's willing to do the work, that is our policy. So it's just up to each person to put on their POP what fees they want covered, so that it's all public, transparent, easy, simple, and what fees they don't want covered. And then from there, we can just add that. Also on your POP is where you put your pay rate, so their pay method. So all you have to do is go to your POP, you control your own pay method, you just put Bitcoin, and you would make sure that we have your Bitcoin address, and then we can send you Bitcoin. So we can pay in any cryptocurrency, we can pay pretty much any payment method. If we don't have that payment method, we'll let you know, so you can always have a backup payment method or whatever in case we're not able to do a certain payment method. But hopefully that makes sense in terms of the policies. That makes sense there?
Yeah, it does. But like I think I would just change it to Bitcoin because like I already have my account set up. Pressy already helped me with my setting up an account to get those, like with the address and stuff. But isn't the address more private though?
Well, yeah, that would just be part of your payroll processing. So it goes on the payroll processing spreadsheet, and then just send it to Pressy or Albina or anyone working on payroll, and they can add it to the spreadsheet so that we have it. Or just send it to me, and I can just add it to my Bitcoin address list where I have Pressy's. So I just copy and Pressy's when I send her Bitcoin. I wonder if she changed. I think Pressy might have changed her Bitcoin address though. If someone could double check with Pressy as well, see if I need a new Bitcoin address for her.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, so let's make sure both of those are covered.
Okay.
yeah. So anything else for you, Gino? Oh, and also I want to make sure it's clear. Like, there has been times where Bitcoin slows down because it just gets real. Like the last time Bitcoin hit 20,000, for example, it was like it cost as much as
Mhm.
like $50 to send a Bitcoin transaction, right? So I'm not worried about that at this point in time, but the point that I'm trying to make is that if you had to have massive fees for whatever reason with your Bitcoin, we will still cover it. Just let us know, okay? So they like it doesn't matter what, like things change, right? Bitcoin get more expensive, PayPal gets more expensive. It just things change, so it just really just depends on the situation. But either way, we are committed to making sure that your end pay in the bank when you go and pay your own bills and your own food and your own rent and everything, that is the amount that we agreed on, minus all the fees, if you want us to pay the fees. The other thing that is part of our policies is that we will cover any and all taxes, right? So if you take income and you declare your income to the government, which everyone should be doing based on all your local laws, we will cover the cost of any and all taxes in relationship to the extra cost for declaring and registering your income with the government, right? So we will cover all of those costs. All right. So whether it's
Okay.
like 20% or 30%, whatever it is, once a year we'll just send, or whenever you pay taxes, we would just send you the extra fees. You just document it. So those, again, that's just part of our policies. That our commitment in terms of your pay rate is based on your actual funds that you use to pay your life needs, right? And all the fees and taxes and government fees and corporate fees and exchange fees, all that we're willing to cover if you want us to. Obviously, it affects
Okay.
the ranking, but it doesn't affect your own needs, right? So just let us know what you want, and then in relationship to the time, I mean, just, yeah, so whatever you guys want is fine. So, and it should be in the policies. I'm not sure how detailed the policies are, but we'll keep improving on it.
So I will just send the address to either you or
Well,
Prezi
you
or
need to
Albina.
do both. Like, you definitely want to send it to Prezi or Albina to get it into the payroll processing spreadsheet. That's the most
Okay.
important. But then also, I have I'm the one sending the Bitcoin. So if you just, at least if I have it, then I can send it as well. So,
Okay.
but I can
Understand.
get it off of the payroll processing spreadsheet. But we always want everything on the payroll processing spreadsheet because that's just like our backup, and that's where we go to make sure we're processing the payroll correctly.
Okay.
All right. Anything else for you, Gino?
One last question is in a previous session there with the rest of the team there, like you said that there was no notes for the what do you call that, the session with the staffing doc, but there's apparently like a super staffing doc. Is that different from just the average staffing notes or main doc?
Yeah, so there is a doc called Staff Systems, I think, and that should be changed. We should change the name so that there's not confusion, and we should call it Worker Systems. So the Worker System doc needs to be changed. So let's make that a task. So task, change the name of the Super Staff Systems doc to Super Worker Systems doc. Okay. So when we talk about MBE staffing, it's just completely different than the super staff systems that we worked on before. That was really, those are worker systems, and they were just trying to create a self-organizing system for all the workers. Okay, so it's better to change the name and then have it be simpler in relationship to this. Keep MBE staffing as staff to decision makers, because we want our vocabulary to be as simple as possible, because it's already so complicated because there's so many vocabulary terms for the whole network. So let's simplify that. Okay, so can you do that?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, good.
I'm the one that.
And so as far as I know, we do not have an MBE staffing doc, and we don't have, staff doc. Like actually, we might have a staff in the template notes. There might be a doc for staffing somewhere that you could look at.
Yeah, we have some
Okay.
documents.
Yeah,
We have also.
but overall, what we need to do is just go over the entire staffing process in detail because it is, we'll do that during our scheduled session. I think it's twice a month now, right? Twice a month we do it on the
Yes, twice a month.
on the quarter.
In the
on
4th
the
and
8th.
the 8th. Mm.
Cool.
That's all for me. Just want to clarify that.
Sweet.
Now, what about school? You said you enrolled in. Is it not going to affect your scheduling?
It would only affect actually the schedule for my Wednesday, Thursday. I mean Tuesday, Wednesday, which is today. Like it affects my canopy check-in.
Yeah.
Okay, so for your canopy, you mean the canopy main session?
No, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's
Oh well, yeah, you can just
it's
change
supposedly
your schedule. Just change your canopy schedule. Again, everyone controls their own schedule, so except for Hanel, all right? But everyone controls your own schedule, so you can just basically choose whatever time you want and just change it on the schedule. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all.
So Hanel, you control your own schedule in relationship to anything other than the normal schedule for the deputy position. Awesome. All right. So I think we're ready to move on to the next person. Just to remind you guys, you can talk about, if you want to go into your introduction and story, what you've been working on, all kind of stuff, it's fine. But it's also fine to just keep it professional and work related. All right, Zilu, your turn.
I'm Jilu from Bangladesh. This is my introduction. I'm from Dhaka and living in a small city here. So in these days, we are having difficulties for COVID-19 and all the things was shut down and it was opened about 1 month ago, but the things are still same like previous months. I am perfectly fine with my incomes and everything else, whatever I am earning right now. But my relatives and nearest parts of lots of people are in very trouble and they need lots of helps here. I just don't know how to recover all this. My cousins got surgeries, my sisters, everyone is just overwhelmed with these situations. And they need really help for that. So maybe I will ask for some back pay in these months or later. So still I'm trying to overcome here. I'm trying to get some monies for them as well. And I am also giving my $100 from my earnings as well every month, as much as I can. There's a thing going on.
Yes, actually we've heard this from other workers in other situations where where people were just helping their family members and helping other community members in need. Also at the beginning of the pandemic, especially when everything shut down, we realized the severity and the difficulty for people's individual lives, and we did actually give out quite a substantial amount of basically pandemic, I wouldn't call them bonuses, they're basically just like pandemic pay so that people were able to meet their needs and help people around their community. So you definitely are welcome to make a back pay proposal. You have a considerable amount of back pay from what I remember. Also, as far as we're all concerned, I think, it's been a while since we did any pandemic pay, and the pandemic is still going on. It's still affecting everybody, even though we don't talk about it as much and it's not as new. We're kind of all getting used to it, but it's still important to address the pandemic. So if anyone wanted to propose pandemic pay, we could. Again, that would be based on your back pay and or other, whatever decisions we make on that in relationship to the budget. But we did have to cut our budget substantially. So it's not going to be easy, so it'll probably be smaller amounts than we did in the past, but either way, it would still be helpful. So those are plenty of options for you, Zilu, in terms of you have plenty of back pay, and you also have the option to set up a pandemic pay if we wanted to do that in addition to it. Either way, it would affect your ranking, so just remember that. Does that answer those questions, or?
Yeah, that is clear and noted.
Yes. And you can do that whenever you want. So you can do that right now if you want to make a proposal for back pay, or you can just do it on Discord whenever you want, or you can do it whenever any other main session. All right.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from with all the difficulties in the pandemic. It is not easy anywhere, including here. So Zilu, any other things you want to bring up?
No, I am fine here.
Did you want to go through your badges?
Yes, I want.
Okay,
Yes, I want.
if someone wants to do that real quick, we can do that for Zilu. If we just need the link to the badge.
Okay, I'm going to check on the badges link.
Yeah, I just need the spreadsheet, the badges spreadsheet. As far as I remember, Zilu had a bunch of badges already. At one point, you were at level 4. We're kind of redoing all of our levels. So for Hanel and other people who are newer, so the way it works, everyone used to start at level 3. Now we just start people at level 0. And you go up the levels as you basically accomplish the badges and basically just the badges and your relationship to the organization. And so as you get higher and higher in the levels, the level 4 is basically at the point where you can take on any position within the organization.
Perfect.
Which basically implies, like, okay, so for example, Hanel, you are currently a deputy, right? But you don't have the ability to take on the CEO and president position. But as soon as you get to level 4, then you could take that on and represent the organization when I'm not available. So you being the number 2 would automatically take on the CEO and president role when I'm not available and you are available. And then we have a rotating position between the quadrants and the octants eventually once we get that set up. So we want to get everyone to level 4. It's pretty easy to get to level 4. We'll go over it right here with Zilu and we'll see where he's at. But again, the levels are different than the stages. Your stage is your training, right? Where that never really ends, right? The levels are more of like your relationship to the organization. All right, so let's go into the badges here. I think I shared my screen. Hopefully you guys can see my screen if you're not on the notes.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like Zilu is here. So the first badge is on the, this is weird. So this needs to be split up on the top line. It's line number 1. B and C should be level 0 badges, and then D, E, and F are level 1 badges. So maybe someone could fix that.
Okay.
Thank you, Albina. All right, so Zilu, the first question is, are you on the membership?
Yes.
You are? Excellent.
Yes, I am in the membership.
Cool. So that would be the membership badge. You have a buddy team?
Yes, I have.
Who's your buddy? Main buddy?
Abdul
Abdul.
from Bangladesh.
Great. All right, active. You're obviously active. Engagement. You're engaging. General worker skills. I think you've basically gone over. General worker skills are basically your general worker responsibilities. So if you need help with that, let us know. So you're basically already level 1, level 2. Specific skills, you already have responsibilities. Organizational documentations, you're very good at documentations. Communications, you communicate wonderfully. Recruitment badge. I'm not sure if you've done recruitment, especially your current model of recruitment. So it looks to me like you're on level 3. So taking initiative badge, you're pretty good at taking initiatives, so that one's good. Teamwork, positive collaboration badge, you're pretty good on that. Self-accomplishment badge, you're really close on that. I think that one actually you could achieve that one. So that one's pretty good. We could propose maybe for today. Cool. So you're almost to level 4. And I think you could get to level 4 pretty easily. So I would propose the following. So proposal is to approve level 0 membership badge and approve ZeeLu approval for level 0 membership badge. And then I also think that you'd be good on the self-accomplishment badge, because you have taken unto yourself to do a lot of work, both the selling calendar, the taxes, and now you're stepping up into Canopy, which I think you're going to do great on. So the what's it called?
Driven.
Self-accomplishment. Cool. So are there any other questions, ideas, proposals in relationship to ZeeLu's badges? Or does this sound like a good proposal? Any other options? And then this would be, ZeeLu would stay on level 3. So you'd be level 3. All right, and just so you guys know, there's a lot of times where we go through the badges and people really don't get a lot of badges and they don't go up a level or whatever, but it still accomplishes your stage 5 goal. Like your stage 5 does not require you to even get a new badge, let alone move up a level in order to do the, accomplish the responsibility for stage 5.
Good.
All right, so the proposal is to for ZeeLu to ZeeLu approval for level 0 membership badge and self-accomplishment badge, and that ZeeLu would stay on level 3. Are there any questions about the proposal? Okay, are there any concerns?
None from me.
Are there any objections?
Well, actually, I don't know what is a membership badge.
Oh yeah, well we can answer basic questions. So the first badge is level 0 badge, and that is you join the membership email list. So on the recruitment process document for 80 degrees, if you go to the bottom, I think it's like step 5 or 6, there's a list of all the additional steps that you can take to move forward your involvement, and that includes, I think the first one on that is the membership email list. So to be a member, you have to be on the membership email list, and you join that email list basically to declare your membership with the workers organization. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So that's how you get the first one. We just recently set that up, so everybody was like, no, but we're gonna be going through and approving everybody. Albina, you're on the membership, right? On the membership email list?
Yeah.
Yes. Lillian Mamoon. I don't know about Moon. Pressy. I think so. Gino, you're on it, right?
The membership?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I'm on it too.
Even Pressy.
Pressy's on it too? Okay, excellent. All right. So the buddy budget badge is that you have a main buddy team. So as long as you have a main buddy team, you get the buddy budget badge, and that's like stage 5, step 0. I mean, step 1 or something. Or step 0.
Jade,
Yeah. Tell me to pay. Yeah. You're on mute.
I did not have a body team, but now I have one. Albina is my buddy, so I think I should be given that badge now.
Well, we can go through that again sometime, but again, like typically if people get the badge, you don't usually take it away unless it's not fixing it, so you can always change your buddy. But Albina, while we're on the topic, weren't you buddied with Pressy?
No.
No. Okay. All right, so I think we answered Hannah. Are there any other questions?
No.
Are there any other concerns over the proposal for ZeeLu's level 0 membership badge and self-accomplishment badge?
None from me.
All right, are there any objections?
No objections.
All right,
No.
So we have consensus. All right, so ZeeLu, you're on level 3, ZeeLu. And so if you could get to level 3 sooner than later, that'd be great. Once you get to level 4, if you get to level 4 sooner than later, that'd be great. Once you get to level 4, and all you need to do for level 4 is go through the recruitment and make sure you are working on recruitment and helping it. And teamwork and collaboration, I mean, you're pretty much there, but you have been very good at working on your own in the past. So, taking on self-driven responsibilities is good, but we also want to encourage you to, schedule and do more teamwork as well. So, once you get into level 4, then you would be able to set up your regularly scheduled buddy teams. Okay.
Okay, noted.
Perfect. All right. So I think we're done with Zilu. Anything else for Zilu? Or anything else you want to bring up, Zilu?
The last step I remains the get verified. So I will do it Albina, right?
Yeah, you can do that with Albina. That's fine. And
Okay.
Albina should probably check in with either me or Pressy to just double check to make sure it all looks good. But I'm not too worried with you since you've already gone through all of it, so it should be pretty easy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's go on to the next person.
We are at the top of the hour. Are we taking a break before we continue?
Yeah, let's take a break, and then we're going to go to Albina. If anyone needs to check out early, let us know now. You can check out before the break. Otherwise, we're just going to take a 5-minute break, and then when we get back, we will keep going with Albina. All right, 5-minute break.
Okay.
It's 9 o'clock.
Hello?
Is Albina back?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay. It is your turn.
Okay, for me, I'm just concerned about the onboarding stage 5. But we discussed in last meeting whereby we need to make stage 5 simpler way so that we have a hyper training on stage 5, like we had one in stage 6. So it becomes so overwhelming sometimes when we schedule with the new recruits. They have lots of questions, you stuck on one responsibility. And so we need to have at least a hyper training on stage 5. So that prior to the scheduling, at least our new recruits go through everything so that they are not getting confused. We have many links on stage 5. So to me, that will be good. It will help me a lot because I'm scheduling with them basing on their availability. I might be having like 2-3 sessions a day with the new recruits. So once we have the hyper training, it's going to help me also on my side because I have to explain everything, go through everything with them.
So,
and
are you able to do a recording and video? I mean, every single responsibility is supposed to have a video. Every single one.
Yes, I was thinking about doing one. So I'll create time and do a hyper training from my side.
Well, no, you shouldn't focus on the hyper training. You should focus on the videos for each individual responsibility.
Okay, I'll do the video for each responsibility on stage 5.
You could work with Gino. He might be able to help you with the video recordings and stuff. So.
Okay.
Like they can also schedule with either me or Pressy when they need stage 5 training as well.
Yeah. So, but the key is that stage 5 should be able to be done 90% just watching the videos and going over the documents, and then after they do that, then they come to Albina or Gino or myself or whatever to ask additional questions that they don't understand, right? That's the way it's supposed to work. So you're not supposed to like do the trainings over and over and over again for like every single person. That would just be a huge waste of time, and it's already expensive enough that everyone has to go through the training. So to have more people go through the entire training to do all the training, I mean, it just would be kind of silly. So again, if we're not focusing on the work of organizing stage 5, then we're not, doing what you're being paid to do, right? You're being paid to organize the recruitment systems and processes and make sure that every single responsibility is organized, which includes a video, right? So it doesn't even matter whether you're talking about the responsibilities within stage 5 or the responsibilities that you're working on for anything else. Every single responsibility is supposed to have a video. That make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I'm going through stage 5 right now, and the problem is that every document that I open, it has a link, and then that document has another link, and that document has another link. And the problem is that we don't know what is important to know and what is not important at the moment to know. That's the big problem when you open all the documents, links after links after links.
I think the easy answer to that would be that a lot of what we do for stage 5 is like reference material. So the most important thing is to know where to find information if you need it, right? So I'm not sure exactly like what's super important. The most important thing to understand is the policies, and as long as you're following the policies, you should be good. But our goal is that everything in relationship to recruitment will eventually go on a website. So, I mean, the first thing we need to do is like what I just discussed with Albina, that let's just at least have the basic training functional. Let's have the videos. Let's make sure that people get the training that they need. But then once we are, have the basic foundation, we need to organize all the information correctly, and we're going to have a website that'll specifically be for workers. So the worker website will go over and it'll have the training and it'll have all the links to all the information and it'll all be on a website which will be much more convenient, much more effective than having all these documents.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is a plan for improving all the documents, and instead of having links to documents, all of those links will just be links to web pages on our website, and then all the information for reference material for all the workers, including all the policies and all the responsibilities and all the documents that people need to know, will all be available on the website anytime someone needs to go find them. Yeah, but again, that's going to be a lot of work. It could be like a while before we have that. But for now, we have all the links and the documents, and it is, we'll just deal with it. But eventually, we definitely want to make a website. I have been designing and I'm working on a plan for that. I just haven't had the time. But anyone who's interested in working on the websites, that would be our Recruitment and Outreach Commission. Currently,
I am. I want to work.
Great, yeah. So currently Teme Tope is heading up the Recruitment and Outreach Commission, and those meetings happen on the lunar ellipses. So that's the moment the Selene, our moon, is closest and furthest from the Earth. So that is coming up. I don't know. Let's take a look at our schedule. So we go to in between.
Okay.
.uni.fun. It's always good to take a little time to get to know the schedule for the coming week or so. So those meetings happen twice a month. All right, so right now we're in the series session. After the series session, we have a moon perigee. So it looks like it's the very next session after series session. All right, so today I believe is the last series session. No, tomorrow we have the Canopy main session, but that's just for Canopy. But obviously everyone involved in Canopy, also Hanel, you were invited to that as a deputy. And Abdul should get a reminder to come to
All right.
So that'll be the last session of the series session. And then after that we go into the in-between, and it's going to be a month before the next planetary session, which will be the seasonal session. So the moon perigee is on Friday, Saturday. So that is going to be the next Outreach and Recruitment Commission meeting, which also includes all multimedia. But we can focus on the recruitment if we want to prioritize the recruitment website or the FCAN workers website. So basically there's going to be a worker website. We can start looking at that and what the recruitment process will look like with a website as opposed to just with all the Google documents. Okay, and then after that we have the 8th moon, it looks like. And that this 8th moon is going to be session support, it says. The first 8th moon, session support. Perfect. Actually, this would be the second 8th moon. So we changed our vocabulary that the first 8th moon is the new moon. And the second 8th moon is...
the first 8th moon.
The second 8th moon is the second 8th moon. Cool. All right. So, Hanal, did that answer your questions? Or?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Back to Albina.
Yeah, for me, I don't have much. So that was the only concern I have on stage 5, so that we are not wasting time with one person at a time.
Yeah, that would be silly. Yeah, doing one person at a time and having to do training for 5 people, the same training over and over and over again, was to completely just record it and then send them the link. I mean, it's just like what I do for the Canopy trainings and everything. I mean, it's just you just do it once and you send them a link. So that should be quite easy. And we can also do video recordings during main sessions. We could even prioritize one now. We could record it. I mean, we're live broadcasting right now. So in addition to that, we also had 2 additional trainings for Canopy. There was the Canopy schedule and the team scheduling for Canopy, as well as the criteria checklist for Canopy, for the Canopy work check-ins. We recorded those both yesterday. So there is an important step that when we do a video recording, then we also need to get the link and make sure the link goes to the right time in the video, and then to make sure it's uploaded and make sure that is linked to the responsibility. So there is a lot of steps even after you have the video to make sure everything is organized for the worker doing the training. And of course, Of course, the training videos doesn't replace the main sessions. It's just, whenever you watch a training video, write down your questions, anything that comes up, and then when you come to the main session, prioritize it, ask your questions, and we can do additional support in training as well on top of the videos.
Okay. Yeah, that's all from me.
All right, cool. Mamoon.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
And Pressy. We have Mamoon and Pressy. What do you know?
Yes, I'm late. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no problem. I wasn't even sure you were gonna come at all. So
Yes,
Mamoon,
I tried to.
So Pressy, Mamoon, you guys gotta check in.
Okay, I will check in. Oh, where is the check-in part? Okay, I'm about 3. I've been busy, and I don't expect that I can run on the session, but fortunately I did, and I've been get through with the organizational support. That is a good session. It's really awesome, and I'm looking forward for this live support for the organization, for the network, and to help a newly recruits, but unfortunately they are not here. That's all.
Pressy, do you have anything that you need to address or bring up with the group, or getting help for you or support?
Getting help.
I mean, this is our life support session for personnel support and everything.
Yes.
It's
I
9:15.
think about the ACG, I have a lot of confusion on that. So
AGC. Okay, well, one
Is it
thing is hiring someone, so we could just
the
recruit.
taxes?
Yeah, if we could just hire somebody for AGC, that will help a lot. So
Okay,
that's
because I'm worrying about the due dates because it's nearly coming. So
yeah, schedule. We should have like 5-10 scheduled sessions, and then if we do half of them, that'd be great. Or we
with
do
you,
3 a week or whatever. But
okay,
but
with
the
you
last
or
thing, I mean, Zila knows how to do taxes. Albina knows how to do taxes. I know how to do taxes. So
okay,
all of us schedule with all of us, like 10 sessions at
oh,
least, and then we will do as many as we can. If some of them get canceled, that's fine. But if you schedule one session and it doesn't happen, or it does happen, it doesn't matter. It's just like not going to help anything. You need to schedule like 10 taxes sessions, and then if some of them get canceled, it doesn't even matter because we have 7 more, right? So
we have 7 more. Yes.
yeah, all right.
Yeah, we had a section on the overview on taxes, so Zil is also willing to help us on taxes. Let's just give our schedule on taxes so that work is happening. We can schedule more sessions, work sessions on taxes as well.
Cool. All right. So if you want to go through prioritize that, Pressy, we can talk more about it today if you want. But otherwise, let's let Mamoon check in.
Okay.
I'm at about 2.5. As I said, not feeling very well. Me and my wife both has got flu and cough. I don't know what will happen, but staying at home and having some medicine. So pray for me, guys. And I've been not doing work that much, but I will prioritize general VA training and also Pinda for this week. Or also I would like to know the week prioritization for the team, so I can schedule this week as much as I can.
Great, Mamoon. And Mamoon, do you have any priorities or goals that you want to bring up during the life support?
Priorities. I don't understand actually, Jay. What?
So with life support, anyone can bring up any issue or topic or goal, personal, wellness, family, work related, personnel related. Obviously today most people brought up just their personnel work, right? Which is fine. It also can do with like life goals, businesses, anything, right? So that is the purpose of the life support session. So we went through Gino, Zilu, and Albina, and I think now we're basically ready to do a view up, right? So our view up would be if we want to move forward with either myself, Hanal, Temitope, and then we also have Mamoon and Pressy. So I'm also perfectly happy to wrap up and check out. So those are our options. So we have wrapping up and checking out. We could do Jay, Hanal, Temitope, Mamoon, Pressy. If we want to keep going, it's really up to us to decide what we want to do. Are there any?
Okay, so are you asking me now to? Okay, I can bring the support. Like I just need to get more schedule from this week, so I can support the team. And also,
Okay, well,
I'm a bit concerned with my my sickness, so little bit of afraid of COVID-19, but not that sick right now. But pray for me.
yes, we definitely are praying and supporting as much as we can. So anyway, so Mamoon, it sounds like you do have some things you could bring up if you wanted to. So Mamoon would be an option. So basically just like, work. If I did mine, I'd probably bring up, the basic life necessities matrix that I believe Hanel and Pressy were gonna work on. I don't know if Hanel or Temitope, Pressy, if you had anything you wanted to bring up, but or we could do wrap up and check out. I'm also
I remember
wrapping up and checking out. Yeah, Pressy?
it's the what you call this? The task between me and Tanel. That's the matrix.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember it. So I'm gonna bring up this topic about the matrix. What do you call this? A moment. I'm just looking up for the responsibility.
Cool. So you want to bring that up? Okay. So maybe we
Yes.
should do we could do myself, Pressy, or no, let's start with Pressy. And then we could do Mamoon. So if we do Pressy, Mamoon, and then we'll see if I want to go again. That sound good?
Oh, okay.
Alright. And then Temitope, Hanal, did you guys have anything you wanted to bring up, or you were good?
No, we're good.
Cool. Alright. So there is our new view up. So view up is just kind of like re-checking in on our agenda, but we're gonna start with we're gonna go on with Pressy. So Pressy, and let's try to get finished up before this hour's up, and then we can check out and we'll be done.
Yes.
All right. So Pressy, go for it. Your turn. And Pressy, you can technically talk about anything and everything you want to, and obviously you can bring up the basic life needs, but you can also bring up anything else you want as well.
Okay, I just want to ask something about the basic life needs matrix because it sounds new on my ear. I know you explained it to us that it is a Google voting form, but what is the content of the voting form?
Okay, so you're kind of putting me on the spot here, but let's see what I can do. So it's
What
definitely,
is the BLN matrix itself?
yeah, well, basic life needs, right? So I just need to find the documentation and look it up and see if I can find it. If I can find it, we're good. BLN. If I can't find it, then we're gonna have to wait.
It's okay.
It's been like, I don't know, 5 years since we brought this up.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. So there's the personnel support and support alliance Team Doc. That looks like a really good one.
Alliance Team Doc.
So let me throw this in the Discord. I'm just gonna throw this in. We'll put it in life support. So this is the life support doc. Personnel support and support alliance team doc. So let's see if this helps at all. I have no idea. Did it come up for you at all? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be coming up. Do you see it?
Is this what you're talking about? The personnel and
Personnel support and support.
The support
alliance
team
doc?
doc?
Yeah. Can you link that to our notes?
Here, it's support team doc here.
Yeah.
Under my name.
All right, so let's take a look at this. This should have the BLN matrix, but I don't actually know, but we're just gonna see what we can find. So we've been doing better with our support team. Before we were only doing steering teams, and we never even were doing support teams. So it looks like it's possible that we made this doc after, and that this is just a brand new doc. That's what it looks like to me. So it's good that we have this, but it doesn't look like it's old or has any actual information in it, which is unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? So let me look in another place that might have it. One of my problems that we're going to be talking about if we get to me is just my computer is just a disaster. I mean, it just doesn't go. Like, it just spins, and I need to clean it all up and get it more functional so that I can actually use it. But anyways, it's going really slow, but we're getting there. BLN matrix. So let's see if anything comes
I'll have
up.
to schedule more sessions on daylight support.
Do you want help with that, Jay? I can assist with that.
Well, that would just be basic VA work and JLN support. So, anyone who wants to help with that is fine. But mainly it's just VA work and actually scheduling, because it just takes time to go through the hundreds of documents and, open windows to get them all cleaned up. All right. So here comes the search. It's still spinning though. It's thinking about it.
Also, I think your screen share froze.
No, I'm just trying to search.
Okay.
Oh no, it didn't even work at all. I mean, I guess I could try searching over here, but typically it just, yeah, see, I just click on it, doesn't even, oh, here we go. Right, so come over here. My drive, let's see. BLN matrix. Oops. Oh, here we go. BLN matrix. Let's see what this is. This is actually a voting form. I mean, it's possible someone already worked on it before, including myself. It's been so long, but it's also possible that there's nothing here. Yeah, so this
Jay,
is
could you please send me the link of the document that you have open right now?
What document?
The one that you're sharing with the group.
Okay, I will share it
I don't
on
have-
Hangout.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't see anything, so I just don't know where it would be. So it's been so long since we've done anything with it. So anyways, I wasn't planning on going through this real time. I thought that we would have time to go through it, but
Okay.
But I see a couple life support sessions from way back in 2017. So we could go over some of the past life support sessions where you should have some of the documented documents from the notes from 2017. So that could be a starting point. Anyways, we just need to work our way through it all, find the information that we can. But the basic life needs matrix should be somewhere, and it's pretty simple and straightforward. It's not complicated or anything. Yeah. But anyways, I was hoping it might just come up, but it obviously didn't come up. So I think we should just move on, and we can schedule more time to go over it all. It's even possible that, here we go, life support session, Wednesday the 19th of July 2017. So these two are good. We should, snag them and link them to our notes.
It's no matrix.
It's 9:30.
I have no idea where our notes are. So,
We are on the bottom of an hour. Let's do our 30-second stretch.
cool. 30-second stretch.
Let's have the stretch. Okay, cool.
Anyways, I've been talking about life support for a few years now, and this is the first time anyone's actually wanted to work on it, so I've never actually worked on it with anybody in any sort of detail. So it is exciting that there is interest, but it's just obviously not organized or started. And I can't even open a document right now. My computer is just going really slow, so
Okay,
I don't know what else to do.
so it's fine.
Yes.
Maybe we can do it some other time as a work session.
Yeah, I think that would be better, but when it's not wasting 7 people's time, this is very expensive.
Yes.
Going through this.
Other than that, I don't have any other.
Okay, well anyways,
questions.
the basic life needs matrix is very simple, straightforward. It's just a link to a document, and then we would just turn that into questions, and then we would get the voting form, and then that's it. So it shouldn't be complicated to do it. We just have to find the document, and if we, just to kind of, since we just dealt with it, like, we definitely want someone to step up into the documentations. There's 3 primary positions in relationship to like the co-chair positions. There's the communications, the documentations, and the actions. So those are the 3 highest level topics, or not really topics, but like, oversight for the entire network. So the documentations is really, 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 really important, and it's endless. And so getting support and help with the documentations would be good. I'm not really expecting anything in short term, but one day we should definitely do that. Check. So let's go into Mamoon, see if we can help Mamoon.
Thank you, Jade. I don't have anything other than that. So thank you.
We can go on to Mamoon. Is Mamoon still here or no?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
All right, it's your turn, Mamoon. Can someone take notes from Mamoon or?
Okay.
Okay.
Mamoon, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So it's your turn. You get 5 to 15 minutes to go over whatever you want and whatever your needs are for your work or your life or anything that you want to talk about.
Okay. So definitely for life support, I would like to work as many hours I can in a week. So actually, I have been committed for 30 hours, but not been work that much, and would like to get more schedule with the team. Also for my support. Uh, uh, it's been a actually uh, situation about the COVID-19. So um, um, all my family is a bit afraid of us. I just quarantine myself from my family. So, it will be a bit difficult for me to um, me to actually, sometimes we get need, but I can get out my home, and that will be very painful for me and my family because I'm the one who did things for my family. So, mm, so it will be very bad situation for me and my family also. And I needed to work on pandemic as well, um, which which the last pandemic session, I don't know, I think it was not happened. But Mitopia and I did some social media invitation for the August uh, August session, but it was not happen, and it's not working because people are not coming or replying to us. So we need to find other ways to engage more people, and also check. That's all.
Okay, so what I got was obviously you have your, wellness and family situation. So if there's anything we can help you with that, let us know. We could support you with that if you need additional finances or time. You could do paid leave even or whatever, or unpaid leave. You just take as much time as you need. As far as adding hours, I mean, obviously there's so much work to do. You could endlessly work as many hours as you want. You just have to actually know what to do. So, for example,
Yeah.
documentations, there's thousands of hours of work to do to organize all the documents and put everything together, and it's not even very complicated work, but you have to be able to, figure it out. If you can't do the work, then it's hard to help you figure it out. But there's plenty of work to do. It's just a matter of scheduling and working with people. For me, my main concern, and just to be straightforward and to the point, if you are working very well with other workers here, and I know that people are saying, not addressing the potential contention or issues, but either way, I think you should just be focusing on yourself, getting better, taking care of yourself. If you need funds, then just propose to do a advance or back pay or whatever, and then when you get better and you want it ready to come back, then you could come back at 100%, or at least you're feeling reasonably good, as opposed to right now. And then when you get back, we can go over any issues, contention, and then get you focused on all the different work that you want to focus on. So that is possible solution for that situation. As far as the social media, that's a bigger problem. Social media sucks because the whole purpose of social media is algorithms based to make money for the platform. It doesn't actually have anything to do with social organizing or social communications, right? Because like social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and other platforms are not spaces to actually have functional communication between people across the world. The algorithms are designed almost exclusively to reduce people's interaction with any type of information, to click on it as fast and go on as quickly as possible to the next item, because the more items you look at and click on, the more money you make, right? So that is the reason, and how all the social media platforms function is they function based on clickbait. And the faster and quicker the advertising and systems are, the faster and quicker and more money that they make. So in our situation, we are really not interested in fast or quick anything, because we have very important information and we want people to take it seriously and to get involved with us and to work collaboratively for hours, not clickbait on social media, right? So it's not really very useful for social media. But so maybe we need to look at memes or look at other we could do some digital design work to design flyers that maybe we could post on social media and that people could click them, and then have landing pages to get people off of social media and onto our websites, where maybe we'd have better luck at having communication and more long-term relationships. So that's one option as far as the social media goes, because social media definitely kind of sucks.
So, Jay, two questions here. Yes, we can design flares. So, do that. Someone in the team can do that, and the next, whom I'm going to set or document to whom other team member. Yes, if I can set the schedule.
Okay. All right, so I didn't quite get you that end part, but I think that's fine. All right, so we have 20 minutes left. Let me just spend 5 or 10 minutes kind of going over my situation, unless you have any other thing you want to add, Mamoon. And then I think we'll be done. And then at the next life support session, Hanal, Temitope, try to prioritize yourselves since you'll be not getting to you. So for me, the main focus for me is the JLN support. So the deputy position helps with JLN support. And then anyone can sign up to help with JLN support if they're interested. They could talk to me and we'll see if it's a good fit. So Pressy and Albina are also supposed to be scheduling 2 to 3 times a week. Of course, you guys schedule like maybe once a month if we're lucky. So hopefully with Hanel, you can be working with me a lot more closely on a day-to-day basis, which will be good. And after the series session's over, we'll have more time. So we have recruitment, which is obviously huge because we need to recruit, we need to get organized, we need to get our team trained. There is definitely just the computer organizing and getting all that set up, making sure that the computers are working. Canopy, and this is all the asset management. Is a huge top priority. So I mean, I think those are the three main things besides just JLN support in general. And then I also throw out there that under the scheduling spreadsheet, we have the priority sessions to schedule. So for VA, this is for VA work. So when you're scheduling for VA work, like all you have to do to support the work that I'm doing to help all of you and help everyone else is simply go to the scheduling priorities, and then when you're communicating with me, what you don't need to say on Discord, like don't say I'm available for the next few hours. That is not particularly helpful. What you need to say is let's prioritize a work session. Propose a work session for, Andromeda Hour 3 to focus on recruitment or Canopy or, general VA work, right? So you guys have general VA work or JLN support or one of the topic priorities that you can see in the priority sessions for scheduling, right? That also includes planning, like planning we haven't done for so long, like executive level planning, super important. Taxes.
It's 9:45.
And then there's also just like busy work and tasks that I have to deal with, including sending the debit cards. We had the 1099 from Mike. So there's other just like super important tasks that need to get done, get out of the way. There's also just paperwork and documentations, which is going to come up soon. Anyway, so that's just like some of the goals, and once we go into like the deputy VA and do VA work, especially with you, Hanel, I mean, we're going to be going through all of these in detail and prioritizing, and then make sure that we're having time to work on each thing. And I mean, it's just like one at a time, one task at a time, one responsibility at a time, and just keep checking through it, because I'm juggling hundreds of responsibilities. And then over time, I mean, it's not going to happen quickly, but over time we could train people. The most important long-term focus, I mean, with COVID and, being in a pandemic and everything, there's always the, delegation of authority for if Jay, is incapacitated or dies, right? So if I passed away or went away, we have the budget, we have this finances, we have the systems to continue this work for everybody, even in my absence, as long as we set up the process to transfer power and transfer information to have access to all the different components. So I would say, as far as the amount of work that would take for, like, let's just say, a 2-month payroll backup plan, right? Backup plan would probably take 2 to 3 hours max, right? So in 2 to 3 hours, we could secure everybody working with us for 2 to 3 months. So if I disappeared, you would still have 2 to 3 months ability to keep everyone paid. And then at that point, within those 2 to 3 months, you'd need to get access to all the other accounts and change the names on the corporations for who's the CEO, and then you would be able to actually take over the finances from there and then continue the organization without me, right? So the second part, so this is the short term, which is the important part, is making sure everyone continues to get paid. The second part is simply the overall plan for transition of leadership, right? So we have that, and this is also part of the trust documentations and will. So this is part of trust documentation. So that's already started, but we need to have access to it. So there's probably you know, I've probably spent 5 to 10 hours on it already. So there's 1 to 2 hours left to just clarify and give access to the what I would call the starting point. So the starting points is basically the access point that then if a problem occurs and I am no longer able to be involved, then that would initiate a process that would then automatically give access to the team to various documents that would give you more passwords, passcodes, and access to accounts, systems, and people who would be able to get the information that you need and to know how to deal with the money and how to deal with all of the things in my absence. So for me, this is really, really important because without that, everything just falls apart, right? If I pass away from COVID or whatever happens, right? So whether that's happens this year or whether that happened 10 years from now, it doesn't really matter. The point is that it's not very much work. We might as well just get it out of the way. So for me, that would be helpful. Also, this is important for just getting the functionality of the organization because we want the organization not to be based on me. So it will hit the checklist of our organizational assessment to actually get other people supporting the work that we're doing on the highest levels of the executive levels, et cetera, et cetera. So that's super important. I think that's pretty much it as far as like most of the priorities that there's a lot of details, but those are the main ones at this time. If we the major problem of course is Canopy. So everything that's listed here that's not Canopy, which is everything except for Canopy, are just things that are in the way of getting Canopy work done. So Canopy work should be 90% of all my work should be Canopy. So everybody learning how to do the session support. So I don't want to focus on session support. I want to focus on taxes and Canopy and executive planning and all that stuff, right? But session support in the seasonal session get in the way of the work that I'm doing. So everyone stepping up to work on the seasonal session and do the planetary sessions and all the session support is super important so that I don't have to do it, right? I'm basically spending a lot of my time, I would say a huge chunk of my time is on recruitment and session support. Hanel, I think you should mute. I think there was a little background noise there. You can mute, it would be helpful. So what I was saying was that for the recruitment and the session support are super easy. Like anyone can do the recruitment, anyone can do the session support, the session support for the seasonal session and the series session and all the planetary sessions. It's just a matter of taking responsibility. Like no one's taking responsibility to do it and step up and actually make it happen. So for the recruitment, Teme Tope stepped up to do the ORC commissioner. We might need to hire another person for recruitment because there's a lot of work there. I think recruitment team is going to end up being bigger and more responsibility than even the AGC, the accounting and all the finances and government compliance team, which includes Canopy. I mean, Canopy, if you exclude Canopy, Canopy could be bigger than ORC, but in terms of just like the public facing nature, all the social media, all of the websites, multimedia communication systems, that's all under ORC. It's huge. So we most likely are going to have to hire another person besides just Teme Tope. But also just doing the ranking, like we never finish the recruitment round. Like it just never goes anywhere. So it's like if I don't do it or I don't like get upset about no one doing it, it's like the work's not getting done. So that's just silliness, right? It doesn't make any sense. Like someone should just take responsibility for the recruitment and make sure it gets done, ask questions every single day, prioritize every single day, and just, keep pushing it, prioritizing it every single session. Like it's, the idea that we're right in the middle of a recruitment round, we still haven't finished it, and then Tome Tope has nothing to bring up at a life support session is insane, right? So it's like, we need to find someone who actually prioritizes recruitment every single session, every single day, question after question after question, because it's endless and it needs to actually be successful and completed, because without that, nothing else happens. Like the work doesn't get done. All right, so I shouldn't be spending 90% of my time on recruitment, and I also shouldn't be spending 90% of my time on the session support. So session support's super duper easy. All the websites are there. All you have to do is just do the calendar scheduling, update the website, make sure it looks correct, and then do the invitations, and then help send out and work with the ORC to get the invitations out. That's it. I mean, what else is there? You know, there's just like the notes and the support during the sessions, but I don't think there really is much else, right? I mean, so I'm still ending up doing a lot of that work, although Pressy and Albina are stepping up for at least the calendar part. So are there any questions, details on all of this? I mean, this is basically my life in relationship to getting support for helping the entire network. And there's plenty of other details, but this is the main details. And we'll go over it in detail with me and Hanel during our deputy sessions, and then, you know, anyone who wants to schedule some JLN support or general VA support, we can just focus on 1 or 2 things at a time, whatever is the top priority for that day. But I mean, as far as like all this goes, like if someone could take care of the recruitment, if someone could take care of the session support, I could get through everything else here in a few like days to a week, and then I could focus 90% of my time on Canopy, and that would be the goal. Until we get Canopy organized, all of my time and effort should be going into our asset management to stabilize all our finances and assets, because otherwise we are not going to be in good shape, and then we'll be good. So check. Any questions, ideas, suggestions, anything in people interested in stepping up?
For me, I'll step up on JLife network support.
I would also like to step up for JLN support for specifically the recruitment as well as the computer organizing for you.
All right, so
I want to step up with the session support. With regarding the planetary sessions.
yes, so Pressy, you've been on the session support before, so that is important. And
Yes.
Gino, I'll go ahead and add you to the
Session support.
JLN support role. So the session support team, it happens twice a month, and that we don't always get focused on the teamwork,
for the session
but we
live.
can prioritize session support
Yep.
every session. And then also what we need to do is we need I would say just like a planning doc. So it would be a planetary sessions planning doc. So this is like a checklist of everything that needs to happen to put on a public open planetary sessions summit.
Okay.
All right, so
Checklist.
it's really not that complicated. I mean, basically you have updating the website,
Updating the website.
updating the calendar, the Google Calendar, right, with the correct links and everything, and having that all updated. And then you have updating the invitation for the event, and then you should just hand it over to ORC, and then ORC does the outreach, right? So that's it. So just making sure that you know who you're inviting. I think for session support there would be a component of inviting specific groups. So, you know, it's a collaboration with ORC, but session support's responsible for inviting specific groups. Like, for example, if it's the Council meeting for the Council and the Board, the Earth session, we would invite everybody who's on any board or council from across the network. So it's just like, and then you know who that is, and then you invite them, right? So it shouldn't be difficult, but it does take some work sometimes to get the correct like who to invite, and make sure we get the email lists all correct and organize it well. But other than that, everything's pretty simple.
Starting with the emails, to whom we're going to ask the emails, or are we going to just post a topic on the Google what do you call this, Google email group for a certain website or for a certain event or planetary event?
I don't even understand your question. So again, it's just like simple. Update the website. Super simple. Update
Yes,
the
update.
calendar. Super simple, right? Of like make
The
sure
calendar,
that
yes.
the sessions are all in the calendar. Draft the invitation, right? That is super simple. And then the other part is just like the list of who is to be invited. Like that's it. And then you can collaborate with ORC to invite everybody, especially the public. So I mean, I think that's it. So the most important thing is knowing who to invite, right? Whether we have that person's contact information is a separate thing, and trying to like half the battle is knowing who to invite. Then you can find that person's contact information, right? If we can't find the contact information, whatever. But the long-term plan is that every single session will have an email list, and then and everybody who's supposed to be invited to that email list needs to be on that email list, and then we just send the email, and that's part of Pinda. So there's a part of so collaborate with ORC and Pinda to invite everyone, right? So all the email lists and the contact lists in relationship to the people who need to be invited should be accessible, but it should just be, in the end, it should just be an email list. So as long as you know which email lists to invite, then you go to the email list and you send the invitation on the email list, done. And and that's all part of staffing as well for the board and other parts. So there is a component to the invitation that is, staff have access to high-level board and executive email lists, right? So, so if you're actually sending an email to an existing email group, and if you're not on that email group because it's a closed email group, then the way you send a message on that is through the staff. So whoever is the staff to that group would have access to the email group for that group.
Okay.
Right? Does that make sense? So that would, at this point, would be Gino. So Gino, being the head of the staffing team, the MBE staffing team, he would have access to basically every single board and high-level executive email communications in that role, or know who does have access.
And also regarding the Plasmo and staffing with the board, I guess as I'm on the session support, so I would rather change my commitment from Plasmo to staffing.
Why?
Because they are related to each other.
Yeah, I mean you can do both. I mean you can do whatever you want and or both. It doesn't really matter. So, but yeah, the Plasmo is slightly different in that Plasmo is focusing on accountability, whereas session support and staffing is just working at functionality. Right? So the functionality of a session and a group having a meeting to make decisions is all session support. And the staffing is the same thing. It's like supporting the session to be successful, supporting the decision makers to be successful, and have everything ready. Whereas Plasmo, it's more like if you bring bad information to a group, that doesn't necessarily help the group, right? So sometimes bringing a bunch of bad information like, oh, we're in really deep doo-doo right now, like things are not looking good, there's all these like conflicts and issues that they don't want to talk about because it's embarrassing, right, to bring up to the higher levels. So the Plasmo can bring information that would actually make a meeting harder and make things more difficult, whereas the staffing and the session support want to make things go smoothly and be functional. So the Plasmo just brings the information because it's what exists, regardless of whether it's good or bad, right? So Plasmo is just a matter of informing the decision makers and informing the public about what is happening, even if it's bad. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, and that's about having accountability and making sure things function well. Because without accountability, like it just nothing else really. You basically are going towards a corrupt model. All right, so I think we're done with me. I think we're ready to check out. We're at the top of the hour. This was good. I could go on and on about all the different details, but this is like the overall what's going on right now. Let's figure out how to get everything off my plate so I can focus on the canopy. All right, so let's go ahead and check out. All right, I guess I'll start. So I thought this was a good session. Not quite as exciting as that one this afternoon, but just as important, if not more important, because it makes us as a team functional, organized, and getting support. So it's important. I will be working on all the things I just went over. I'm most excited about scheduling JLN support sessions. So I'll throw out a message in the JLN support channel and see if we can get a discussion going on there. And then I'm also extremely excited about your involvement, Hanel. Just, I have been trying to get help during the day for so long, and everybody else in our entire team is from all over the world and not from the Americas. And so me and you are the only ones from the Americas right now. So I'm just really excited about working with you and just seeing where it all goes. So let's check in again tomorrow, Andromeda, Cobalt, Sonic, and we'll keep it going. Oh, and also we have tomorrow is the Canopy main session. So if everyone could send out reminders, also resend out the voting form so everyone can vote on the scheduling to see if we want to change the schedule. And yeah, so tomorrow will be a good session for everyone to get more information about Canopy. Temi Tope, you want to check out?
Yes. I give the session a 6. Going forward, I'll continue my scheduling for recruitment with Jay. I know he was asking if I have a position doc. I think I've sent a link to the doc that I have access to, which is the Outreach Recruitment Commission ORC Super Team doc. I've sent it for him to look at. I know maybe he might not have had the chance. I will also go ahead with my trainings and for stage 6. Looking forward to tonight's Canopy session, and also helping out with new recruits on onboarding and the rest.
Great, Hanel. I think you're muted. We can go into Mamoon, but Hanel, you're muted. So Mamoon.
I would give this a 6.5 because of asking everyone's personal support and personal matter being to the team, and that was amazing. And I would like to focus on scheduling first. Also, Pinda and documentation as well. It just asked me to do. I will chat over Skype. Let's see who is gonna be available for next week. Right, 2 weeks and not be able to receive money to because of my transaction limited. So I would have to need a document for my bank so it will take some time because I can go now. So for this month I might have to take hours payment to another account, maybe. I don't know, but I have to find some of them. Okay, check.
All right, Hanel, you want to check out?
Yes, I'm.
Great, go for it.
Yes. I will give the session an 8 because it helps me to understand about the company, people, and issues that they might have, and I can have as well. So.
Great. Yeah, I mean, these are two really good sessions that you came to today. This is the end of the series session. It happens once every 2 years for the series session. And as far as the new moon and full moon, we do the life support twice a month at new and full moon. So these are two really good sessions for you to kind of get a sense of the whole team, our public interactions, what we do, and the primary issues and support that the team needs to continue the work. So yeah, this is really good for you, and you're always welcome to any of our global sessions. And then from there, it's just a matter of, tomorrow is the canopy session, which you need to come to. And that's what is that, hour 2 of Andromeda, hour 2?
Yes.
Do you have the series calendar, Hanel?
Yes, I have it.
Okay, good. So yeah, make sure you're able to come to that. If you can't, just let us know. And then if there's anything else you're going to be working on or want us to know, that's good. Otherwise, we can go on to the next checkout.
Well, I'm going to work. I'm still on stage 5, so I think I'm going to work on that.
Perfect. Yeah. So just jump on the stage 5 group if you need any help. Just go through each responsibility one at a time. And you already watched the stage 6
Yes.
hyper training, so that was just to make sure you have an idea of the VA training and the VA work, so that when we do our sessions, you are prepared. And then from there, you're looking really good. So it's exciting. Then track all your hours. You have your work report and everything?
Yes, I have
Okay,
my
so be
work.
sure to track all your hours in your work report, including any overtime hours. Again, overtime starts at 9 p.m. local time, and that would be time and a half, and then double time starts at midnight to 6 a.m. And then 6
Yes.
a.m. to 9 a.m. is time and a half again. So cool. Let's go on to Albina. Check out.
Okay, I give the 6. I'll be working on my schedule for this week and next week. I sent you a proposal on 3 live support. So if they want on the site. I'll also be working on the video on stage 5 to simplify it. And also schedule for recruitment. Reference support. Yeah. Thank you.
Great. And Albina,
Yes.
in relationship to the stage 5, we could prioritize the stage 5 hyper training at
Yeah.
the ORC meeting on Friday, Saturday, or we could schedule another time for it. It shouldn't, or we could do it at steering team or whatever. So it just, whenever you want to schedule that, that's fine. But I can help with the stage 5 hyper training. And then as far as like each individual training, anyone can do a video for that, which is fine.
Okay.
Also, Pressy, since we're going to you, I did forget one other thing, and this also relates to Gino as well, which is for the seasonal sessions, or for the planetary sessions, there's also updating the website with the videos. So video updating is something that I could use help on, that I need to fill out policy tracking for, that I just didn't do that for the series session. So the series website does not have any of our videos, and it doesn't have any of our notes. So that needs to be updated. So if anyone wants to take on or help with that responsibility, I just completely missed the ball. So I'm going to fill out policy tracking right now on that. So Pressy, your checkout.
Okay, I will give the session 7. It was good. And I'm happy to address the BLN matrix because it gives me a question mark after we talked about it. And I will be working with session support. I'm happy to help with the stage 5 onboarding and hyper training, and also Google Calendar updates. I'll be working with the BLN matrix and hoping to have more sessions, work sessions for Canopy and Pinda. And also regarding the videos, all the videos that in our are in the series session are all on the notes, except this one, because I can't see the video on the YouTube. I'm checking on it, but I can't see it. So that's all.
Yeah, well, it's a separate responsibility in relationship to updating the website during the the series session, to add all the videos and everything. So it's just something that I did for all of the other planetary sessions, and I just didn't do for the series session. So just make sure that I get that done, or if someone wants to take that responsibility on, I can show you how to update the website. It's really simple. All right, check. Gina.
I want to take the responsibility.
Yeah, that would be super easy. So just like.
Or is that VA work?
No, it's not VA work at all. It's just session support. So it's just
Okay.
It's all I have to do is give you access to the website, and then the series website, and then you just go in and you just plug in the videos. It would be ideal to just do a quick training on it, so we could prioritize
Okay.
that at some session, or we could do a review session or whatever. But start with the responsibility organizing. What's the goal? What are the steps? It's basically step 1, get access to the website. Then you want to make sure you understand how to add YouTube videos to the website, and then how to search for them, and that's super simple from there. Yeah.
Okay.
You already know how to search for the YouTube videos. You just go to the Unity Network channel and you find the either the live video or the videos that were posted, and then you just copy the URL link and search in the Google sites, and then you add it in. So it's pretty simple. We just want to write it all out in the responsibility organizer. Yeah.
Okay. So check out. I will give this session a 7. It's a good session, and we've discussed a lot of things today and got my some clarifications with the payment method as well as scheduling. So for me, I will be fixing my schedule for Canopy for Tuesday, Wednesday specifically, because it conflicts with my my life priority. Then I'll be also be looking forward to work or schedule proposing schedules for the JLN support, specifically for the recruitment and computer organizing, as well as I think I can also do the paperwork and documentation. Also, hopefully, I'll be able to do more Canopy work sessions as well, and I'll need to focus on the Canopy training videos first, then see what I can do with during Canopy work sessions as well. Check.
Okay.
Did anyone not get a chance to check out?
Uh,
All right, I think we're done. So, does anyone do the value tracking?
I will.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
I will as well.
All right, so
It's
It's on the
Gino,
spreadsheet.
yeah, for the spreadsheet on the value tracking, this would be for the series session, the new moon. Just everybody has been here the whole time. It's been 2 hours and 15 minutes, except for Pressy and Mamoon that got here like halfway through. Yeah.
I'm late for 1 hour.
Yeah. All right, good work, everyone. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Okay. Thank you, Iris.